Hey guys, so today we are going to be remounting a staghorn fern, which is right behind me. So here's my plant shelf with most of my plants in here for the winter. This is a north-facing window, so it is quite important that I have the grow lights up. Our staghorn fern is hiding in this corner over here. You can see that the little platform, or the little mount that it's in right there, is cracking, so it does need a new mount, and it's been in need of one for a while now. So the staghorn fern has been growing in this area for a while. In the summer I do bring it outside, put it in the shade, but it has been enjoying its kind of bright but indirect light spot here in the north-facing window with, of course, our grow lights. I don't give it any extra humidity, and it has been doing fine. I do put it in the shower once a week though. Alright, so here is my setup for today. I have another little mount here. So I just got this from the dollar store. I did use this for another staghorn fern a couple of years ago. I had it in the classroom, but it did end up dying because the air was too dry, so I'm just going to be reusing this again. And I found this at like the dollar store in the craft section. You will need probably some sphagnum moss or some moss of some sort. Twine. This one I'm running out, so I'm just going to be using a lighter colored version, and a pair of scissors. So here is our staghorn fern. Just as a quick recap for those who don't know, our staghorn fern has two types of fronds. So it does have our basal fronds. So the basal fronds help that staghorn fern adhere or hold on to a tree in the jungle, so it is an epiphyte, so similar to an orchid, so it does attach to a tree. And then over here we have our green foliar or fertile fronds. So you can kind of see it better if I kind of turn it there. And you can see that there are, on the back of this here, some brown spots, so I think those are the spores there. So as you can tell, we are missing some moss in there. Our little platform is falling apart. Our string has snapped off, and that's kind of what it looks like behind. So it is time for this to get a new mount and hopefully grow a little better this season. Here we have our moss. It is all wet and absorbed all of the moisture that it needs for our project. Our staghorn fern has pretty much held its shape from the previous mount, so we can just plop that in there and put some moss in it and then put some string. So let's get started. see we have our string in. I put 2 across at the top and then 2 going down. So our next step is going to be to tie all of these strings to make sure that it's able to hold our staghorn fern to our mount. So we have tied our strings on our staghorn fern. Some of the strings are a little bit loose, so if you need to, you can always use the ends and then tie these together to tighten it up. Over time, what's going to happen is that the new basil fronds will end up covering up our string, and that will help hold our staghorn fern in our little mount. And there you have it. Alright, so we're back upstairs in the little plant room here. So my staghorn fern, I did have to end up tying all the strings together because there was some slack. But anyways, it is all done. It is sturdy, and hopefully it will enjoy the extra moss that it now has. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you have a staghorn fern, feel free to mount it on something. The one behind me is mounted on a piece of driftwood. So if you have one that is able to fit on, put some string on it and see what you can get. Anyways, I hope you are having a lovely March break, and we'll see you next time.